guys, so today I'm going to be doing my birthday book haul, which is pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to be showing you books that I got for my birthday. It's pretty cool. You should try it. So there are three categories that I'm going to talk about these books, and the first category is books that I purchased for myself for my birthday. The second is books that I received from friends, and the third are books that I received from publishing companies and authors for review. All right, I really don't have too much else to say. I just want to show you guys these awesome books, so let's go ahead and get on into it. The first book that I picked up for myself is The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman. The story follows a couple who live on an island near a lighthouse, and unfortunately they are unable to conceive when one day a boat washes up on shore and it has a baby inside, and then they have a baby. So it's like a blessing in disguise, but I think in the long run they run into a lot of obstacles, obviously. So the trailer for this movie recently hit the internet, and I watched it and I just basically cried while I was watching it, or I got teary anyway. If a trailer hits me in the feels that bad, I absolutely am going to see the movie. And if the movie has a book that it's based on, I'm absolutely going to read the book. And I'm just ready for the drama. I feel like this is going to be very emotional, but I'm ready for it. The next book that I picked up is Hidden Bodies by Caroline Kepnes. This is the sequel to You, which is either going to be a duology or a series. At this point, I'm not sure I really care either way, because if you guys watched my March wrap up, you know that I did not enjoy this book, unfortunately. Just seemed like lazy writing, lazy plot. I gave it 2 stars, and when I give a book 2 stars, that means I would not recommend it. I was so disappointed by this book, you guys. I was so disappointed. I'm still butthurt over it, so I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't. The next 3 books that I picked up are part of a series, and they are The Girl in 6E, Do Not Disturb, and If You Dare by A.R. Torre. This is a book series that I had seen a lot pop up on BookTube recently, and I really enjoy it. So far I've read the first 2 and I plan to read the 3rd one this month, but it's basically an erotic thriller, and it follows a young woman who has confined herself to living in a very tiny small apartment, and the reason that she has done this is to protect society from her, because she has developed a very psychotic urge to kill people. I've so far given them each, I think, 5 stars, 4.5 or 5 out of 5 stars. They're really entertaining, and if you guys are looking for something different, I would definitely go for this. It's really good. The last book that I picked up for myself for my birthday is The Great Hunt by Wendy Higgins. Can we just take a moment to appreciate this cover? It's quite beautiful, and also the inside, it's teal. That's the exact color of my bedroom. I love teal. Basically, it follows a kingdom that I believe is in Scotland, and the king of this kingdom has put out this challenge to all the men in the kingdom that if they are able to kill this creepy monster that has been terrorizing their city, they will then be betrothed to his daughter, the princess. And the girl's just not really into that, and I think that's pretty cool. And I also, the red hair, she's reminding me of Merida, and there's similar themes there. Really intriguing, so I'm really looking forward to picking this one up soon. Okay, so the next books are books that I received from my friends, and the first 5 books I actually received from my friend Missy. She's amazing. She totally spoiled me. It's pretty awesome. I cannot lie, so yes. The first book she got me is The Boundless by Kenneth Opel. This is a book that follows a boy who jumps a train and joins a circus, but I think there's more to it. There's a lot of magical elements. It just sounded really intriguing when I first read about it, and I've never read anything by Kenneth Opel, though I do own his This Dark Endeavor series, or duology, which is about a young Frankenstein, so I definitely want to read him. I don't know whether or not I'll pick up this first or that series, but regardless, I really want to read him, and the cover of this is just so beautiful. Beautiful. The next book that I received from Missy is called Shutter by Courtney Alameda. We'll just go with that, okay? The story follows a girl who I believe is a photographer, and she takes pictures, and through the pictures she can see the dead. And I think she's also a descendant of Van Helsing. So that's pretty cool if you guys are familiar with Van Helsing, the slayer of Dracula. You guys know. Really excited, and yeah, it's horror. It's YA horror, and I haven't read a lot of horror lately, and you guys know that's one of my favorite genres, so I'm definitely looking forward to this. The next book that I got from Missy is The Scandalous Sisterhood of Prick Willow Place. Yes, I said that right. By Julie Berry. I saw a picture of this on Goodreads or Amazon, and I just kind of fell in love with it. And then once I clicked it and started reading about the plot, I just fell in love with it even more. It follows an all-girls boarding school, and unfortunately their headmistress has recently died. I believe that she was poisoned, and it follows the girls as they try to cover this up and try to continue having the school run, because otherwise they're all gonna have to go back home and they don't want that. It kind of sounds like half a series of unfortunate events and half like We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I also haven't been reading a lot of middle grade lately, but I would really love to start up again. So if you guys have any good middle grade recommendations, definitely leave them below. The next book that Missy got me is Let Me Tell You by Shirley Jackson. This is actually a collection of short stories that Shirley Jackson's children just recently released. They were never before released, so it's all brand new material, and you guys know how I'm on a Shirley Jackson kick right now. I loved We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I loved The Tooth and the other short story collection that I recently read of hers, and I just can't. I'm just so excited. Oh my god. Ooh, there's so many awesome people who have blurbed this. Of course they are. I mean, Shirley Jackson is where it's at. I feel like so many authors, amazing authors like Neil Gaiman and Donna Tartt, have expressed being influenced by Shirley Jackson, and she's like, to me, she's like one of the true masters of horror, and I just love her stuff, and I want to read every single thing that this woman has ever written, so that's definitely going to be a goal of mine throughout my life. The final book that I received from Missy is Broken Monsters by Lauren Bukes. This is a book that I've wanted to pick up ever since I saw the cover, because is that not the most fantastic cover you've ever seen in your life, basically? Because I think it is. I think it is. This story follows a female homicide detective, and she's investigating a serial killer who does a pretty creepy thing. I mean, serial killing in general is already creepy, but what this killer does in particular is he likes to fuse together parts of the human bodies of people that he's killed to parts of animals that he has killed. So that sounds like some creepy centaur-y type of killer, and I've never heard of anything like this. Really excited to experience her writing. Missy, thank you so much for sending me all these books. Again, you spoiled me. You are amazing. I am so excited to read these books, and I'd really like to make it a goal to read the majority of them this year, but we'll see. We'll see. The next book that I received is sort of like a late Christmas / early birthday present, and it is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I received this book as well as the next book from one of my good friends, Jacob. I don't think I really need to go into detail about this book because a lot of people on BookTube have already read it, but I think it's like sort of like a fantasy dystopian where people are judged by their rank in life, by their blood, like the type of color of blood that they have or something. It's very different. So yeah, I've heard mixed things about this, but I'm still really looking forward to picking it up. The next book is another book that I received from Jacob, and it is Icons by Margaret Stoll. Both Jacob and I love Margaret Stoll and Cami Garcia. We love the Castor Chronicles, and this is Margaret Stoll's first standalone book, so we are both pretty excited to read this. I think it's like a dystopian, which I'm not hugely into dystopian anymore, but the fact that this is by Margaret Stoll definitely makes me want to read it. It's like post World War III, and it follows a group of teenagers who all possess some kind of strange ability that's similar or something. It sounds like very kind of X-Men meets maybe Divergent or something. I don't know, but it sounds really good, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. Jacob, thank you so much for sending me those. I cannot wait to buddy read them with you. You know it. You know it. The next book that I received is quite possibly, actually yes, this is now officially the largest book that I own, and it is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. I received this book from my good friend Sylvia over at Wish Fulfillment, whose channel I will leave down below. This book is incredibly beautiful. It's a Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition, and I have several of these, and I have this on my wish list, and I definitely wanted to pick it up at some point, but now I don't have to because Sylvia got it for me. Are you intimidated yet? Are you intimidated yet? Because I am. I do not know when I will get around to reading this in my life, but I will make it a mission to do so. Even if it takes me years and years, even if I'm, you know, getting to the final page whenever I'm 80, it doesn't matter. It's gonna happen. It's a life goal now. And in the meantime, it can definitely double as a weapon, so I'll put it next to my bedside table, you know? Sylvia, thank you so much for sending me that. I adore that book. That is a piece of art, and I will have it on display. Every time I look at it, I will think of you. So thank you so much. The next book that I received is a book that I received for review, and it is The Dragon's Blade, The Reborn King by Michael R. Miller. The author actually contacted me knowing about my love of fantasy, and he was generous enough to send me a physical copy, which I'm obsessed with. This is a beautiful book. Seriously, you guys, like look at the cover. Look at the spine. Look at the back. It's a really beautiful cover. And I was so excited whenever he said he would send me a physical copy. So thank you so much, Michael. I'm really looking forward to getting into this. This book actually follows a very unique fantasy world. And in this world, dragons have taken on this great transformation where they have turned into humans. So the story follows our main character who has been reborn as a human, and he is left with the task of having to sort of make an alliance between humans and dragons and all the other creatures in this fantasy world. You guys know, like, I love fantasy, and I've read books about dragons before, but I've never read a book centered in a fantasy world where dragons can transform into humans, and that just seems like such a unique, compelling element, and I'm very excited to pick this one up. Can't wait to read it, and you guys can definitely expect to see a review of this book in the upcoming months. The next book that I received is an ARC, and it is The Peculiar Haunting of Thelma B by Erin Petty. This is a book that I received from Mighty Media Press, so thank you so much for sending this my way. This is actually a middle grade story, and it has been compared to 3 of my all-time favorite fandoms, being Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Coraline, Gilmore Girls, and Goosebumps. So yes, that's more than 3. That's 4 fandoms that I absolutely adore. And that's like all that I needed to know to say yes, I will read this book. I will review this book. It doesn't come out until September 2016, but I will definitely be reading this, and I will definitely have a review by the time that it comes out. And it just is completely right up my alley. I want everything to do with this book, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. Thank you again to Mighty Media for sending this book my way. I'm psyched. Oh, there's illustrations too. So excited. Alright guys, so that's all for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. In the comments below, I'd love for you guys to share what books you have been getting recently, because as I mentioned previously, I'm on sort of a book buying ban, and it's pretty difficult. I'm actually really starting to struggle, and I'm proud of myself for making it to nearly mid-April without breaking the ban, but it's getting more and more difficult. So any words of encouragement you guys might have, please send them my way. Leave them below, because it's getting really hard and I feel like I'm going into withdrawals. Alright guys, so that's all for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one.